Welcome everyone here to another deck profile on the channel, and this time we are actually recording it live here in one of our evening live streams. If you have not checked out my live streams, head over to LampyYGO over on Twitch and definitely make sure to join at some point live with us as well. But right now, if you're watching here on YouTube, of course, you are going to be treated with a top 4 deck profile of the HDK, which had 282 players. Happened this weekend. New format it is. And Tim, yeah, what was your experience on Saturday?
Yeah, it was quite tough to be concentrated during the whole tournament, but it worked out great. And I brought a rogue deck to the tournament. I played
Of course, you
KASHTIRA.
will always say that now. I put that deck into Rogue for the latest meta analysis, but let me tell you something, Tim, and you know that. When you were asking me what to play for the weekend, what did I tell you though?
You told me to play KASHTIRA, and it was in my deck choices before, but that gave me confidence to really play the deck at the tournament, and
Yeah.
it worked out for me.
And I mean, to be fair, number-wise, it was somewhat of a rogue deck because I think you were like,
Yeah,
there were like one or two
seven.
Kashtiras in the 07 in total. Okay.
7, yeah, 7.
Okay, but you were the
But
only one in top cut then.
yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, let's get into the action then. Show us what your Kashtira deck was made of.
Yeah. Yeah, post banless, free unicorn. Really great. It's the best starter, only the only one card combo the deck has. Then of course 3 Fenrir. The card is so broken. The board presence Fenrir has is amazing. Like every deck can splash it, and in this card in this deck it's like engine, so it's so
Yeah,
broken.
for real.
Then 2 Rysart. Some people told me to just play 1, but I think hard draw, to have it hard draw in some game states, it's pretty nice to play into boards. And even going first, if you get hand trapped, 2 are pretty nice.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't
And
have that
then,
much engine, so I like just including enough engine. I would
yeah,
agree, probably.
then the 1 Scarecrow Kashira. It's nice to out, for example, like Chaos Angel or stuff like that. And even to banish the Theosis out of the grave to get banished cards back. It's pretty nice. Then 3 field spell with 1 terraforming to maximize the engine you play, and the field spell is insane because it gives you another interrupt with Shangri-La, or boosts your monsters 80k to get more damage. Then I played 3 Theosis. I played 3 because of Runic is in the format, and they banish a lot of stuff from your deck. And if you banish Theosis, you get more advantage out of that.
Yeah, that's true. I was like, when I was considering to find a list for the new format of Kashtira, I was only playing 2, but I think that makes sense. That's definitely a viable argument.
Yeah. Then I played 3 buff. It feels like it's the most broken card in the deck with besides Fenrir for sure. But the thing that you banish just 3 cards out of the graveyard. If a spell is activated, you can resummon a monster from your grave or banish spell and normal summon a level 7 monster. It's so broken.
For sure, yeah.
Then I played Free Prosperity just for more consistency and to find some good cards in the deck.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Like every single time you were on feature, every game you just actually drew this
Yeah,
card.
and in round 5 against Infernoble, I just had 2, and he just negated the first one with Baron, and I just activated the second one.
Yeah, that
It
was
was
funny.
kind of funny, yeah. Then that was all for the engine. Then for the non-engine, I played 2 Talons and 1 Frost. This ratio is because Talons feels more broken going first,
Hmm.
and I just had Imperm to set off Frost. Um, and going second, I can just dig with Prosperity for the Frost, and then Frost is like everything, like Talons, Terraforming, Theosis. So I just wanted another card to have for going second. because I don't want to brick on the third talent.
Yeah, fair.
Then the one called by the Grave. Philip told me not to play it.
And everybody else did as well. Like we were talking about this in the car when we were driving on
Yeah,
Saturday night, and everybody was like, "You're playing Cold by?" So
yeah,
tell us now, why should we play Cold by?
yeah. Called by is just if you're going second against Fire King, you like FTK them. You just called by the Kirin in the graveyard, and they have nothing. Because Kirin gives so much advantage going first if your opponent plays into the board, and because I mean they can't resummon, they don't get the pop of the card, and it was close to won me the match against Dinkabui for the third place.
Hmm.
Because my hand was okay, but it wasn't that good to play into a full branded board.
Hmm.
But I drew called by for turn and just hold it for branded and reds and called by adlib. And then we had like a 30 minutes grind game in game 3,
Yeah.
and it was pretty close. But unfortunately, I lost to Dinkabui. But it was a great match. And even though you can have called by hand traps or stuff like
Yeah, of
that,
course. You will
because I
be
want to.
damage activated, of course.
Yeah, because I want to go first with the deck. You will see why in, in a few seconds. Then I played 2 Pancratops. It's broken going second because it's most of the time a 2-for-1 trade.
Yeah.
And even going first, if I don't use my normal summon, I can normal summon it with Birth
Hmm.
because it's level 7.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
really
you have
nice.
another interrupt. So Pank is pretty nice. Then, of course, I played 3-Dimension Shifter. That's one of the reasons why I played KASHTIRA, because Shifter is pretty good against any other deck in the format. They, for example, Fire King don't have a good time against Shifter.
Yeah.
Then 3 Ash Blossom. It's pretty solid, like the best hand trap, and I can normal it to make Baron at some points. Then 3 Impermanence. Doesn't play into Talons. I can set it with Frost, and it's pretty solid in itself.
For sure. And now,
And then
oh no. Oh no.
the goo. Shout out at this point to Philip, who told me about it. It was another thing that let me decide to pick the deck and build the list. I main decked three, three of those bad boys.
Vanity's Fiend. Oh my.
Yeah, Vanity's Fiend. Yeah, so it's just like neither player can special summon. It steals games out of nowhere, and it was the changing point. I decided to play going first KASHTIRA because you can go first, and if you have it, you like FTK's your opponent.
Yeah.
And you saw it on stream. I threw against Drizzles game 2, but it's okay because game 3 I just set up this one and played Birth Control and normal next turn Pancratops.
Easy, 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 yeah.
Yeah, so it's the card is broken. If your opponent doesn't have an out, you win games out of nowhere.
Yeah. So the
And
thing
even
is, like
though,
with this card,
yeah,
I think in general, Kashtira had like somewhat of a problem with going first when the Rise Heart is gone now. So like your going first fields were like always super minimalistic. So like I was in the beginning super opposed to playing this card, but when I was thinking about it more and more, I at least understand, and I mean it worked out pretty well for you too. So I get the logic why you would be playing this card.
yeah. And even if you don't have it, you can set up a decent board that will let you survive the turn, and the next turn you can play. So most of the time, it's fine even if you don't have this card.
Yeah.
But you play like 6 copies of it because you have pot
True. True.
and it's pretty nice. Yeah. Let's come to the extra deck. I played one Shangri-La.
Yo, one
If you
only.
play, yeah, if you play combo version, you need 2, but in this list you just need 1 because it's more like a control thing. And going second, you just don't build it anyways, so it's okay.
Yeah. True.
Then 1 Mountain Smasher. I built it once during the 2 tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
but it won me a match against Labyrinth, or
Okay.
just game 1. It won me just game 1, but it was pretty important because I baited all interruptions, make Mountain Smasher, attacked over Ariana, attached it to it, and then Zeus for 4. Wiped the field, and next turn I can wiped. I wiped with Zeus again. It had follow-up with Birth, so it was pretty nice.
Cool.
Dracossack, in theory, out Floodgates, but never made it. Flare Metal, I just made it once to OTK, and even if you don't kill the opponent, you can just made it main 2 and set on that.
Sure.
Then Gradiel, I made it on feature against Drizzles
Yeah,
in
sure.
game 1. It's so amazing against here because you can just attach a card. It also is nice against Fire King because you can special summon the targets out of Avata or Kirin out of Grave, and against Branded it's pretty solid as well. Then I played one big eye. It's mandatory just to take control of the monsters of your opponents. It's great. Then one dark armed. It's nice to remove the field. And for example, yeah, you can just build it. Dark armed, attack one monster. Main phase 2, destroy one, and then overlays for Zeus.
Yeah.
Then here's the Zeus. The last XYZ I played is Typhon. At some points, you can play into the field and then make Typhon, just bounce one, attack over another one, and the board is pretty much cleared. It's like the card is insane against Vanadium, for example.
Yeah, yeah. Especially that matchup is good with it.
Yeah. Then I played 2 Link Monsters. For sure, SP Little Knight. The card is so over-designed. It's so good. And I played 1 Donner. It's just to remove my zones, to remove my monsters out of the zones that I can special summon the KASHTIRAs again,
Yeah, sure.
because it removes itself. Then I played the Ron Baron, just a normal hand trap and then summon Baron. I played on Saturday Guilty Gear Freed. That shows that I played Super Poly in side deck.
Mm-hmm.
But I switched it on Sunday to Draco Equist because it's better against Vanadium.
Okay.
Because you can remove the Dispada and Baron, and the counter trap is live. Isn't then live if
Yeah.
you take both of the synchros.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, and then Garurama String,
Yeah, super poly, of
additional
course,
super poly targets. Yeah. Then in the side deck, I decided to play 3 Joel and Blockbird for Fire King and Vanadium. That's the main decks for playing Joel, my opinion. Then on Saturday, I played 2 Lightning Storm because I didn't know what to play on these 2 slots. At the first point, it were 1 Herald of the Abyss to respect Purely and 1 Lightning Storm, but Philip told me Purely isn't real. I played against Purely in round 4 on the HDK, but it was a Purely KASHTIRA, so
Okay.
yeah. On Sunday, I changed it to Ghost Bells, so I would play the bells because the Labyrinth matchup is pretty hard.
Yeah.
Then the 1 Duster, just because back removal and the thrust target. 3 Cosmics. The card is mandatory in the current format because like every deck has a weakness to Cosmic. You can hit every deck with it. Then the 3 Super Poly, mainly for Fire King and for Vanadium, because against Fire King, even going first, you just remove 2 bodies and pretty much win the game. And the last 3 cards are 3 Solemn Judgment, because you have a weakness going first with your deck to Board Breakers, and you can protect the Vanity's Fiend.
Yeah.
That was important against Dinkabui. In game 2, I went first. I had Vanity's Hard Draw with Engine and Prosp. So I made my combo, and end of combo, I used Pot for 6, and I digged for Judgment. And he just drew cards in his turn because he already has the droplet, but he tried to get to the trap, to the branded trap.
Yeah.
Uh, to just droplet and send trap that I can't judgment it. But he didn't get to it. That's why I won game 2. Yeah, so the list worked out pretty well. I just would play the same list just with the changes I made and mentioned. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So once again, congratulations to you, Tim. Any shoutouts at this point?
Thank you. Yeah, shoutouts first of all to iCentrix that told me he told me about the Vanities Fiend. The card is crazy. Then shoutouts to you to travel with me and told me as well to play KASHTIRA. Then shoutouts to Team Bozo and Esther, Marvin, Jan, and Alex, and the other guys. Then for sure, shoutouts to Team Bropo, my actual team. Then shoutouts to Maxwell. He borrowed me a lot of the KASHTIRA cards. I just had 1 planet, 3 Fenrir, and 2 unicorn. So he gave me the rest of the cash stuff.
You did it the Lampy
And
way. You did it the right way. You did it the Lampy
yeah,
way.
and big shout outs to Kang and Drizzles that they traveled with us. It was a really fun time with them,
Yeah.
and it was a nice weekend.
Yeah, I would agree. And I mean, I also have to shout out you for traveling with me because it was your car and you were driving most of the time. So definitely you were majorly responsible for me getting to the German Open in the first place. And then, yeah, of course, great run by you at the HDK. And hopefully you're going to perform a lot more this year. I think you're very motivated. And let's hope you also find a deck without floodgates, huh?
Yeah,
No.
it's just for the
Yeah, no.
current
For sure,
time
no,
for
great
between
deck,
kind of
and
and
as I said,
yeah.
I do understand the technology in the end. Yeah. So everyone, if you enjoyed watching this, definitely make sure to leave a like to the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. And this is right now live on Twitch, so maybe also consider at the next time go over to Twitch and watch me live with one of our streams. And yeah, thank you, Tim, for the profile, and this will be